Ladies and gentlemen, Chapter 6 is out. It's honestly a great season. I'm just going to put some of the opinions I have out there, some negative, some positive, mostly positive ones. But I'm just going to put some feedback and some, things for Epic to maybe consider. They probably won't see this video, but they can consider it at least. I want to talk about the gun this season. Specifically the shotguns for right now, and then we'll move on to the ARs, SMGs, and all that stuff after. But the shotguns this season are really, really alright. They're pretty mid. But right now it's looking like the auto shotgun is probably the worst shotgun in this season. Probably this whole chapter. But the Oni shotgun, it's pretty alright for what it's meant to, for a long range shotgun. It's just for a 2-bullet shotgun, it hits very weak. And then obviously the pump shotgun, it hits the hardest and is probably going to be the best shotgun for this season to carry for you guys. Now moving on to ARs, it's mostly personal preference, I would say. The scoped AR is way better from longer to medium ranges, like those areas, because it has the scope, obviously, it's hit scan, it does a lot more damage, like headshot, it does 56, I think. It will have that advantage from the long range. You can toggle the scope on and off, which is really good for those medium to close ranges. It could be good in endgame and stuff. But the new Fury AR from close to medium range, it really shines right there. It does a lot of damage and it just fries. But my personal favorite for this season is the scoped one. So for SMGs this season, you have two options. You have the Precision SMG, which has a red dot sight, and it barely has any recoil, barely moves. It's honestly great. It does a lot of damage. It does a good amount of damage from range too. And then there's the other SMG. I forget the name of this one, but the longer you shoot it, it has less bloom and it shoots way faster. So if you want to just go completely ham and spray through walls and stuff, that's your SMG to use. That's the gun. Now I'm going to talk about this super weird bug that's happening in Reload. Since they added the 2 maps that rotate every couple minutes or whatever, I don't know how much amount of time it rotates, but ever since they added that, everything was fine until this chapter, this season. If you load into a game as the maps are changing between each other, you spawn on this weird white platform and you don't get any guns. It's just a pickaxe war. But since this happened to me and my friend, we didn't go up any percent. We just literally sat there for 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and we went up 0%. We were just waiting there, and I couldn't move. I was just stuck. I couldn't move at all, and it was just a free-for-all. Whoever won, and it was awful because we just wanted to play a game of Reload, and right now I'm pretty sure that the Reload and the UEFN, creative maps, are all down. I don't think you can play Reload or UEFN right now, which is good. Hopefully they fix this by tomorrow, but it was it was not a fun glitch because we just want to play some Reload. And if you didn't hit Unreal last season in Reload, do not worry because they didn't reset the Reload ranks. So you're fine. You still got time. I don't know how much time you have, but you have time to hit Unreal. So get grinding, everybody. You have to get grinding if you want to hit Unreal this season. And unless they make it so that you stay Unreal every single season, but I don't know what's the point of that, because it's not really ranked if you just don't play ranked and you just stay Unreal forever. But either way, it's still going to be a pretty fun game mode. So just hit Unreal if you want to hit Unreal, or play pubs or Zero Build or whatever you do. Just if you do play ranked, you got to do that now. About Reload, I'm not sure, since I didn't get to really play it or load in since this bug happened to me, but they might have made a new loot pool for it. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen any updates on that. This is just kind of a guess, but if they did, since it might be following the same thing since the first season of Reload, it was pumps and ARs and that type of stuff. And now it's Ranger AR and striker pump and all that kind of stuff, like chapter 3 loot, so it might be chapter 4 loot. This is just an assumption, don't hold me on any of it, but that's just what I'm thinking. Now, there is a new setting called auto edit. It kind of disables a lot of different edits for you, but if you're not a great editor, you can use this if you want to. I don't know, I'm personally not going to. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but it's alright. I'm now going to talk about the new map, and it's kind of crazy because there's 18 new POIs, and I think basically every single new weapon this season has a mythic. I'm not quite sure where every mythic is. I'm pretty sure there's like a mini boss that rotates around the map and it gives you like a mythic, but I do know that the mythic SMG, the mythic precision SMG, and the mythic void Oni mask is at the Demon's Dojo, and it has the medallion also. That boss is so annoying to kill, by the way, but I'm pretty sure the rest of them are just like random. Bringing me into that fact, the medallions are still in the game. They're not as overpowered though. They are very minor medallions. It's like one of them is like every time you sprint, you get infinite sprint and like invisibility. And I know another one is like teleportation, I think. It's like the void mask, but a little different. Also, the void masks. Let's just talk about this. There's 2 different masks in the game. The void masks and the fire masks. The fire ones are like heat-seeking missiles. They track your opponent and they do 100 damage. They're alright. They're not amazing. I've gotten killed to them one time. I got chopped out by it. But the void masks, these are main mobility. They are insane. You throw it and then you click it and then you teleport. It's like you throw it with left trigger and then you click with right and then you boom, you teleport. It's so good. It's so good. I can't even explain it. The mythic one, you get 50 charges, but the normal ones, you get 15, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but there's that mask, and then there's the shockwaves for the mobility. And the new blade is alright for mobility. I haven't tried it out a bunch because I'm not personally the biggest fan of it because I used it and I've died basically every time I've used it from fall damage. Yeah, I haven't really mastered it. But that's also a pretty okay source of mobility. Will say this about the void masks. I don't really play a lot of pubs. I'm more of like a tournament and ranked player. But the void masks, I don't really think that they should have 15 charges. Maybe in pubs, but personally I W key a lot. So every time I like crack somebody and then push them and W key, I don't love that they can just run away and teleport away in like 2 seconds and just they're gone. But besides that, I think it's a really good item, and I want it to be in competitive because no mobility metas are really boring. That brings me to my next topic. I'm kind of excited about the new movement. I don't know, it feels a little clunky to me, the new movement, but I'm excited to like use the wall running and like the long jumps and all that stuff. But it's not like super useful in my eyes. I think it's more of like a zero build mechanic. I'm sure there's gonna be some crazy like Martaz play for it. I've already seen a short that he made about it. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna use it very often, but it could be helpful. Like if someone boxes you and just like poof, 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 work right around, just all over the box. They can't hit you. Just one pump them or something like that. But I'm probably not going to use it. It's something I'm not going to use. I'm going to forget about it, and then I'm just going to end up dying. Maybe when the season goes on, it's going to become more used, but I haven't seen anybody use it. I haven't used it myself, so I'm not going to use any of this stuff probably. Now, I'm not going to spend too long on this topic because I haven't really figured it out myself yet. But there's these new kind of like augments from Chapter 4, if you remember those. It's called the Boons, and you like put one of those new air sprites or the water sprites that like do like the launch pad mechanic with the air ones, or like the slurp one with the water ones, and then you put it in a shrine and it gives you these little augments, and then they give you like either like infinite sprint, or like if you kill someone it marks everybody around you. They're pretty alright, I would say. If you have made it this far, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This is one of my first real videos actually, and I tried really hard on this one. I know I messed up on the voiceovers a little bit, but these are my opinions and I really hope you enjoyed. Please consider subscribing. It's the best way to help me out, and maybe drop a like while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.